Welcome back, everybody. So my goal now is to record all of the violence, racism, all of the attacks that I endure from immigrants to my country. Would you believe it? Immigrants come to this country and they're not friendly. Not all of them. Some are very friendly, but some are not friendly. Now, the majority of the people with a Han Chinese background are not. A lot of the ones that set up in Chinese suburbs, it's an enemy colony. Okay? Now, what I want to do is show you guys what happened to me recently. So, I got something in my... I was walking down the street. Okay? There's a Huawei shop all the way up here. And this guy was standing in the middle of the road, and I walked along here with a coffee in my hand. He turns around and shoulder charges me. If you look at this area, it's an Asian, Chinese background or Korean background area. This is a common thing for me to deal with racism from Chinese or Koreans in these type of areas. They're truly racist people. It is despicable having to deal with them. So he shoulder charged me, spilt my coffee. I'm like, fuck. I did swear. It wasn't my fault, but I was caught off guard because the guy deliberately shoulder charged me in the middle of the street. And I kept walking. Now I want you guys to be aware that I didn't turn back. I didn't yell at him. I was like, fuck, and kept walking down the street. I got about 20, 30 meters away. As you can see where those people are standing up here. That's where it happened. And I got to about here, and he kept going, what did you say to me? What did you say to me? And keep swearing at me. Come here, F, blah, blah, blah. Like, he kept yelling at me and screaming at me. And around about here, I turned around and said, you spilt my coffee and shoulder charged me. He said, you cursed me out. And so in his mind, shoulder charging me, spilling my coffee, and me reacting in the moment and keep walking with my back turned to him. I kept walking. I didn't stop and talk to him. And kept walking down here. That was enough for him, because this is his country. This is not my country. I'm a filthy white person that doesn't have the right to even walk down the street without being assaulted. And if he assaults me, I have to just accept that and go, sorry, master, immigrant to my country. And you think that might be a bit of an over-exaggeration, but that's what happened. I get out the front of this store, and I say, look, I put my hands up. I would love the police to have a look at the CCTV of them literally following me down. I'm backing up doing this. And I said, look, I'm going to call the police if you keep following me and swearing at me and getting in my face all aggressive. So I pull out the phone about here while walking backwards, reversing away, okay? And then I pull the phone out, and what normally happens is when you pull the phone out, you got to unlock the phone, then you got to get the camera on. It was on photo, so I had to turn it on to video, and then I pull the camera out and I'm holding it like this. At that stage, this is the point where you guys come in and you get to see it. So after the cameras go on, normally people change their behavior, and they do. As soon as I started filming him, he backed off. He turned away, and I kept going backwards. Okay? So I'm like, okay, the cameras work so far. I don't have to actually call the police. But this is what a white person has to deal with in Sydney, Australia. We have to deal with racist immigrants like these two that think that they don't just have a right to come here and live here peacefully. They have a right to change our culture. They have a right to set up colonies. And they have a right to take away my rights because I was born here and I'm one of the people that they're trying to eliminate. Now, this has happened to me maybe 100 times or more in Chinese suburbs. Now, as you guys are aware, I have spent more time in Chinese suburbs, Korean suburbs, than most Australians. I have been documenting it behind the scenes, and I'm sick of it. Sick and tired of the racism, and it's time for me to come out publicly and reveal all of these disgusting things that happen to white people in Chinese suburbs. Now, we're going to go through this blow by blow, and you're going to see what happened afterwards. Why are you threatening? See? So he's like, okay, this guy's filming me. The wife comes in to get me. It's like, hang on. You assaulted me. I'm walking away. I'm trying to get away from you. And he's like, get him. Get him with the camera. Why are you threatening me? See? So he kept threatening me. You can see by this, at this point, I've stopped for a second because I've got enough distance so that I don't have to worry about them closing the distance and assaulting me. I also fear the police in Chinese suburbs because they could shoulder charge you, assault you, bash you almost to death, and then the police that are in the pockets of the Chinese immigrants will then arrest you because you're white. The future of Australia is this: white people being beaten to death in the streets and the police backing up the Chinese because they have the money and they come from the larger power in the region, and a future genocide. And I want you to understand where I'm coming from every time I say these things, because this is a common occurrence, very common. Now, let's see, do these two people look like they're intimidated by me, or is it the other way around? See, he's folding his arms. He's like, I got you now. We've got our camera. Why are you threatening me?
I didn't threaten you.
You just threatened me.
You cursed me. I said sorry about the interview. You cursed me. You called me fucking something.
Closing the distance, getting in my face. This is not the behavior of a woman that is intimidated, is it? It's not the behavior of an innocent lady. This is the behavior of someone who knows that her husband is ready to attack me, and she's 100% safe, not only because her violent, aggressive immigrant husband to Australia wants to bash me because of the color of my skin, but also because this is an Asian suburb, and if I was to get into a scuffle with him, every other Asian in this area, Chinese, would back him up. So I have no choice but to go, oh, back up, back up.
So, I'm asking you.
As you can see, I'm reversing. Let's go back. I'm reversing. Look at the wall. Look at this. You can see that I'm backing up again.
You cursed me. You called me fucking something. So,
reverse.
I'm asking you.
Now they're following. This right in my face is not the behavior of someone who is scared of me. This is the behavior of someone who wants to kill me. You don't get in someone's face like this unless there's a reason for it. She's doing that because I guess to some extent she's trying to trigger some sort of an engagement with me, and she knows that the only way to get me to engage is to get so close in my face that I have to defend myself. This is what she's trying to do. So if I was to even push her off, she was this close right in my face, then next thing you know, this guy jumps in, attacks me, the police are called, and they're the victims even though they're the ones chasing me down. You see how this tricky shit works? Getting my face. See, I'm reversing. Now I was standing about 2 meters, 3 meters. I've reversed back several steps. And see, she's smiling. She thinks this is funny. Now, he claimed that I swore at him first. Now, with all the cameras rolling, he can't help but reverting back to his aggressive, the aggression that he showed before the camera went on. Getting my face. He called me what a fucktard while walking towards me. What'd you say? What? See, continues to get in my face. These two are not here for a peaceful ending to this. They want to chase me down and look for a confrontation. These two are looking for a confrontation. And I'll promise you, I've seen Chinese people like this bump into other Chinese people in the past. I've never seen them react so violently. They only act violently when it comes to white people. And this is a warning to all Australian people out there that people like this are immigrating to your country. They're going on your welfare, stealing all of your money. They're buying property, popping up the property prices in your country. They're building colonies in your country. And eventually when they take over the government, these two people will have no problem starting a genocide. This is serious stuff. I've seen it way too many times. And both these two were standing out the front of the Huawei store.
Hey, why are you swearing at me?
I said, why are you swearing at me? Then he decided to swear at me again. She's in my face, getting right in my personal space.
Now they're following me, getting in my face.
Swore at me again. I think that's the second time at this stage.
What'd you say? What?
Then I'm like, what'd you say? See, like, at this point, I'm like, okay, well, you can see that I'm the one that has been assaulted by him the first time, and he's decided to continue chasing me all the way down. So this backs up my claim that these are the aggressors. And you can see it. I don't go around with 2 hip replacements under my belt and a right knee that needs to be replaced. I don't go around starting fights, okay? These are 2 scumbags attacking a white person. This is racially motivated.
Hey, why are you swearing at me?
Again, he continues. And see how he pointed his fingers at me?
At me.
And you see how shoulders all lined up, ready to attack. He wants to violently attack me. You can see it in his stance. And I'm backing up with my spilt coffee in my hand, by the way. I'm the victim of him shoulder charging me, and now, because I didn't say, oh, it's okay, master immigrant to Australia that wants to take over my country and kill me and take everything from me. On top of that, yes, you can assault me in the street, that's okay. And if I don't allow him to do that, this is if I don't kiss his shoes after he assaults me, I have to suffer from this. And look at the smile on her face. She thinks this is a big joke. Why? Because she's not intimidated. She wants her husband to bash a white person on camera so that she can upload it to all her friends on WeChat. Again, guys, top link in the description. We need to ban WeChat so scumbags like this cannot communicate with the CCP.
You just assaulted me, now you're chasing me down the street. I'm backing off.
See, he's moved forward again. He's moving forward. Continuously moving forward. Continuously swearing. The smile on her face shows that they're not threatened by me. But they're not happy. You see? Why would you continue to chase someone down the street when they're reversing up and they're saying, look, why do you keep swearing at me? Why do you keep attacking me? We can go through this again, and I think we should go through this again.
Why are you threatening me? Why are you threatening me?
I didn't threaten you.
You just threatened me.
You cursed me. I said sorry about the interview. You cursed me. You called me fucking something. So, I'm asking you.
Now they're following me, getting in my face.
What the fuck?
What'd you say? Why are you swearing at me? You just assaulted me, now you're chasing me down the street.
I didn't chase you. What's in my mouth?
You notice that I've never made one step forward. I've kept the distance as much as possible, a safe distance from 2 racist immigrants to Australia. And now he's saying, let's call the cops, which is a fake, because I'm the one that said that. I said, I'm going to call the cops. And then instead I pulled out the camera and started filming. And so he's reverting back to what I said all the way back there. All the way back there. That's how far they've chased me and followed me down the street.
I'm backing off. You're trying to attack me.
See, as you guys can see, I've backed off again another 2 meters. I'm still reversing up, keeping an eye on them. And now she's telling me on camera, start moving. Start moving. You see that? It's like, hang on. I don't even have the right to exist. I've reversed from here all the way up here. I've reversed almost 30-40 meters. And now she's like, white man, this is my street. Back off. Start moving. This is my country. That's what she's saying to me. Let's watch that again. Look at the way she's looking at me.
You're trying to attack me.
Back off then. Start moving.
This
Back off.
I've backed
Back off. Then back off.
See, there we go. There we go. More evidence of his aggression.
I've backed
Back off. Then.
He's screaming so much that these people, and you can hear me, I'm just saying, look, I'm backing off. Why are you swearing at me? Why are you following me? All the way through the entire time. But this guy, you don't see me doing this to him. You don't, back off, get her. All the aggression is coming from him. This is the face of racism, people. And it's because I'm white. You see, these two onlookers obviously see what's going on, but nobody ever would step in for a white man. I've never seen anyone step in for a white man. If anything, even a white teenager like this will probably be like, oh well, just another white guy being attacked in the street. It's perfectly okay because, well, they're the minority, right?
Whoa, you're threatening me again.
See, he's threatening me. See how violent he's getting and aggressive?
Again. Why are you getting so violent?
I'm not threatening you. I'm not violent. I'm just talking to you.
Why are you raising your voice?
You see the steps she made? These aren't people that are threatened by me. They're stepping towards. She's telling me to back off while stepping forward towards
Your
me.
voice.
You see, you can see it.
I'm just talking to you.
Why are you raising your voice?
Do you know what?
You see, I'm like, why are you raising your voice? Why are you threatening me? I'm backing off. The thing is, the only reason why they're so close to me right now is because they've already followed me to this point. They've followed me all the way from Huawei, right? And now they're telling me to back off even more, as if they own the street. You guys got to understand how bad it is out there.
Whoa, hang on, that's enough. Stay where you are.
And see, I'm saying it, stay where you are. Like, stay where you are. Leave me alone. Like, I'm not even telling them to back off. I'm just saying, stay where you are so I can take my eyes off you and get away. I've been trying to get away for almost 40 meters now. Again, swearing at me. I'm not swearing at him. You can see it. All the aggression is purely one way. Now she does. That's not enough for her. Me moving away, she wants a confrontation. Watch her.
Why are you swearing?
See, she's moving back in my face again. See, this one, she's instigating it. So she wants to get right in my face. She wants to chase me. She says, back down, back off, and then continues to chase me down. See the double standard?
I'm backing off. You're trying to attack me.
Back off then. They own the street. But that's not enough. I have to not only back off and walk away, I have to run away because these are the masters of the street. You gotta understand what's going on here. Now watch her. If she doesn't want a confrontation, she'll go, okay, we're going. While I back off, he'll back off.
This
Watch. Watch.
Back off.
I've
Back
backed.
off. Then back off.
Whoa, you're threatening me again.
I'm not threatening
Why are
you.
you getting so violent?
I'm not threatening you. I'm not violent. I'm just talking to you.
Why are you raising your voice?
Do you know what?
Whoa, hang on, that's enough.
Now I think. Watch. Continue.
Stay where you are. Why are you swearing?
See, and she continues to get in my face.
Why are you getting so angry?
And he's making another step. It's like I continue to back off, they continue to move forward. The only point that I get to walk away is the point where they stay still and make one step backward. Watch. Now I see that it's time to go. And let's try and hear what he said about me on camera. I'm not there swearing and abusing him. You got to understand that. I'm not abusing him. I'm not swearing at him in the street. He's filming me and swearing about me. Where do you think he's posting that? You can see I've already moved back a little bit. I started backing up. I'm also risking bumping into someone as well. You can see I'm moving. I'm slowly moving backwards. You can see that, right, guys?
Are we cool now?
And I'm like, are we cool now? Are you going to let me go? Because the thing is, if I turn my back, this guy can run up. He could be carrying a knife. He could be carrying a gun. I do know that if he was to stab me to death on the street, no one would give a shit about a white person. I know that that's a fact.
Everything okay? Okay?
And see, he's filming me saying, this is an asshole. And see now that he's stopped and she's like the anchor for him, it gave me an opportunity to walk away. Now, another thing that I want you all to be able to see here is what happened in the background, which is a real bad sign of how Australia is.
Are you getting so violent?
Now you can see these two teenagers here. They didn't see this as a serious thing to go, okay guys, look, break it up. This is an example of onlookers that would actually just love to see blood sports in the street. These are your teenagers that think that this is perfectly okay. Okay? Now this is a white teenager, and by the looks of things, a white Australian girl. They're there onlooking, but they're not like, okay, this is serious, we should probably break it up. They want to watch this and they want to enjoy some blood sport. This is a reflection of how bad Australia is. I will say that if these two were Chinese, they would back these two up. But this is also a reflection on how Australians don't back each other up within this country. And eventually we'll lose all of our rights, and we will be poor, unemployed, homeless. And I believe that when we turn to crime in the next 20 or 30 years, because these people have stolen our country, our rights, our freedoms, our political power, the money that we have, we turn the crime, then they will use the judicial system to lock us up, and we'll become the terrorists of Australia trying to fight to take back this country, but it'll be too late.
I've backed.
Look at that. Look at the violence. Listen to me, little white man. This is my country. Let's watch it all the way through.
Why are you threatening me? Why are you threatening me?
I didn't threaten you.
You just threatened me.
You cursed me. I said sorry about the interview. You cursed me. You called me fucking something. So, I'm asking you.
Now they're following me, getting my face.
What the fuck?
What'd you say? Why are you swearing at me? You just assaulted me, now you're chasing me down the street.
I didn't chase you. What in my mouth? You want to call the cops?
I'm backing off. You're trying to attack me. This.
Back off.
I've backed.
Back off. Then back off.
Whoa, you're threatening me again.
I'm not threatening
Why are
you.
you getting so violent?
I'm not threatening you. I'm not either. I'm just talking to you.
Why are you raising your voice?
Do you know what
Whoa, whoa, hang on, that's enough. Stay where you are. Why are you swearing? Why are you getting so angry?
He said smile asshole. So aggressive.
Are we cool now? Everything okay? Okay?
Now, I'd like to know what onlookers would have seen there, and I'd like to know what onlookers would have thought about that, but I dare say that the white person would have been seen as the bad one in this situation. Even though I've done nothing but back up, say, look, I even did this. I'd love to see, I wish I had the CCTV evidence of him literally chasing me, pretty much chasing me, and I'm like, I'm calling the police. I had to do that. I don't know if you guys can see, I don't know if it can come up on the camera. I've got these stains all over my shirt because he shoulder charged me here, spilt coffee all over here. My reaction was, fuck. And what I did was I didn't look back at him. I continued walking along my way. I knew that don't even bother challenging a Chinese person in a Chinese area, because that's a Chinese colony. They are above the law. You don't have any rights in a Chinese colony. My biggest fear is eventually these Chinese colonies end up taking over our government, and then they start taking over our corrupt judicial system, which is already as corrupt as it gets. It's pathetic at the moment already. You got innocent people getting arrested for no reason already. But it's at the point now where I feel that the police will start arresting white people because of the color of their skin, and people like this will get away with this. I just think it is outrageous on so many levels that someone can immigrate to Australia and treat an Australian citizen, that a born, bred Australian that has relatives that fought and died for this country, to allow scumbags like this in and allow them to get away with that. It just makes me angry to no end. And it's outrageous on every level. But this is just one example of the many scumbags that immigrate to this country and don't respect Australian people. The problem here is that we eventually will have to lose our freedoms, because we've given freedoms to people who have immigrated here that don't deserve it. They exploit it, and they take away the freedoms of the local people. Eventually the government will have to become authoritarian. This is how it plays out. Or we just allow democracy to play out in this country. We allow people like this to just vote in the next Australian Prime Minister, and that Australian Prime Minister brings in white peril or something. Policies to create gated Chinese suburbs. You don't think it's already happening? It's already happening. This is a gated Chinese suburb. It already is a gated Chinese suburb. Next thing you know, you have armed guards protecting this gated suburb from all the filthy white people that were actually born in this country. This country is being colonized, and people like this, they think they own the country. I don't own the country. In fact, every day I hate the country more and more. I'll see you guys in the next angry video.